なんだよ。どうした？話ってなんだ？
Kirie called Rudolph out into the corridor. It was obvious that she wanted to talk about something, but she didn't want the others to hear.
あのね、
I killed everyone! It's me!
表へ出たい。
What the hell? I want to go outside. Why? Because she figured out the riddle and wants to go and see. Must be that. Man, if only I had done a little bit more, then I could have saved here.
確かにわずかばかりの
Sorry
朝
about
食で
that.
は体が持たないが、しかしもちろん分かってるさ。だがな、時間を置けばどんどん暗くなってくる。多分今が一番明るい。今が一番都合がいいんだ。
ローザさんたちが襲われてからまだ1時間も経ったかどうかですよ。いくらなんでも不用心です。
It was only natural that Natsuhi was yelling about recklessness. After all, Rudolph had said that he was going to the mansion to get food. Certainly on top of their fatigue, their hunger was tormenting them. In the beginning, a mild level of hunger had been just what they needed to fight off the drowsiness. However, it now made their minds hazy since it was still only midday and their bodies felt like they were reaching their limits. The thought of going to the kitchen in the mansion and bringing some food was certainly attractive.
私は反対です。多少は辛いでしょうが、断じてここを出るべきではありません。
私たちはいい。だが子供たちにひもじい思いをさせるのは心が痛む。親として責任を負わねばなるまい。
あなた、お父様が亡くなられた今、後宮家の当主はあなたです。そのような危険を冒すことは許されません。そうね、夏日さんの言う通りよ。クラウスさんはリーダーとしてここに残るべきね。
なら誰が屋敷へ行くんだね。俺とキリエ、あと秀吉兄さんの3人で行こうと思う。俺と秀吉兄さんは銃を持ってる。そう簡単に向こうも手出しはできないはずだ。
ローザさんも銃を持っていましたが襲われました。危険ではありませんか？
ローザたちの様子を確かめに出た時、銃を持っていたが俺は一人だった。だが襲われなかった。男が相手なら向こうも慎重なのかもしれないぜ。
男性が2人、そしてさらに銃も2丁。2人には護衛役に徹してもらって、荷物は台車で私が運ぶわ。ローザさんの時とは状況が明らかに異なるはずよ。
わしを男と見込んでの話なら喜んで協力させてもらうで。こう見えても屋台を引いて鍛えた体や。力仕事は任せてえな。
男性は護衛役に徹してくれていいの。使用人室に折りたたみ式の台車があったから、それを使えば私一人でも十分に食料が運べるわ。もちろん用心はする。そしてこの冒険を一度だけ成功させれば、私たちはここを出る危険を冒す必要はないの。なんとか考え直せませんか？皆さんに空腹を強いるのは心苦しいですが、しかし今の外は何が起こるか分かりません。
用心するで。それにエヴァはだいぶ体調が悪いんや。空腹にはできん。胃袋が空っぽじゃ飲める薬も飲めんわ。エヴァのためにもわしは出かけにはならんのや。
エヴァの具合はどうなんだね。
ようやく寝入ってくれたとこや。熱も高い。しばらくそっとしたってや。
妻の体調があっては座してもいられんか。わかった。外出を許可しよう。じゃあ俺たちはさっくりと行ってくるぜ。スピード勝負だ。 缶詰は OK だよな。缶切りくれこっちにあるよね。
はい、缶切りと栓抜きはあります。ゲストハウスに水道があるから飲み物は不要よね。10人分もあるんだから好き嫌いは言わせないわ。
よっしゃ。
I'm gonna get water really quick. I'll be right back. Sorry. Okay, sorry, I'm back.
だだって走ってってさっさと持ってこようやないか。傘なんてさしてる暇あらへんで。
じゃあ兄貴、留守番を頼むぜ。気をつけてな。本当ならば自分も生きたい。男に生まれながらこのような急場で力を貸せぬ長男の肩書きが恨めしい。こういう時くらいしか俺らには見せ場がないのさ。たまには譲って兄貴はのんびりしてろい。じゃあな、夏日さん。タオルの準備でもして待っててくれ。傘はささねえから濡れネズミで帰ってくるぜ。
わかりました。お気をつけて。
Rudolph, Kirie, and Hideyoshi, each leaving their own brave words behind, left the lobby, right into the witch's hands. Compared to the time Rosa and Maria had gone outside, the winds were much stronger. Rudolph's group of 3 people jogged through the rose garden without umbrellas, holding their guns in a folded cart. If everything had been still and quiet, without the wind and the rain, they would probably have kept their ears open and moved with caution. But in this rain, even if some suspicious person was hiding nearby, it'd be difficult to notice them. Because of that, it had been Rudolph's plan to instead dash through this dangerous area. If there was a chance that their opponent was equipped with a gun, then walking slowly with their guard up would only make them targets. That's true. Taking swift action was probably the correct choice.
バラテーや。カモがネギしょってきたと思うとるかもしれんで。
頼むぜ。誰も出てきてくれるなよ。
Even as Rudolph and Hideyoshi continued to run, they looked around relentlessly, vigilant of their surroundings. Rosa and Maria's death had not been caused by a projectile weapon. However, it was easy to suspect that the servants had been killed in such a manner. Will they come flying out of the dark? Or will they carefully take aim and snipe from the shadows? Either way, they couldn't relax their tension for even an instant. But even so, when they reached the overhang in front of the entrance to the mansion and escaped the reach of the raindrops, they felt themselves breathing a sigh of relief.
まずは問題なしやな。ローザさんの時とは違う。うかつに手は出せんやろ。
そう信じたいね。キリエ、俺たちが見張ってる間に鍵を開けてくれ。
ええ。SP が2人もついてお屋敷に帰宅だなんて、実にエグゼクティブな気分よ。
赤絨毯で召使いのお出迎えがあれば完璧や。
お出迎えか。あるかもな。用心しようぜ。
As the two cautiously surveyed their surroundings, Kirie unlocked the entrance with the master key she had been given.
開いたわ。
秀吉兄さん、戦闘を頼めるか。俺は背後を警戒するぜ。
了解や。キリさん、わしの影から出ないようにな。ほな、突入するで。
後方了解。援護するぜ。
男の人ってやね。この状況をちょっぴり楽しんでるでしょう。
諦めろよ。それが男ってもんだぜ。しかし相変わらずひでえ匂いだな。
It felt like the air in the mansion was stagnant with a gloomy silence. The doctor's probably dead, right? Where the hell is the doctor? And on top of that, it was still thick with the stench from Kinzo's burnt corpse in the... Oh, it was the corpse. Excuse me. In the Buedla room. And they were struck with an uncontrollable desire to leave the mansion.
前方、問題ないで。厨房まで一っ走りや。
とっとと済ませて引き上げよう。スーツが親父の匂いで訓示されちまうぜ。
The three of them dashed towards the kitchen. Zoom. Uh-oh. And after they disappeared from the entrance hall, the new witch appeared there.
まんまと誘い出されたわね。私の罠にまんまと引っかかってくれた。
The witch grinned. Thinking about it now, no matter how unbearable their hunger had grown. It hadn't even been a few hours since Rosa and Maria had been attacked and lost their lives. In that case, why had they needed to so recklessly leave the guest house? Because Kirie is a psycho. I don't know. Well, Kirie is the one who said she wanted to go outside. Is everything just that Kirie is behind all this and working with someone to kill everyone? Because she married into the family for money?
不用心なやつら。もう生きてこの屋敷から出しはしないわ。閉じよう、鍵よ、屋敷よ。
Sorry, I was just grabbing something. The instant she proclaimed that, the mansion was sealed off into a separate world. Unless her barrier was undone, no longer would anyone be able to exit this mansion or enter it.
お見事です。無限の魔女を継承してからまだ半日も経たないのに、それほどまでに魔法を使いこなされるとは、その才能に驚きます。まるであなたは生まれながらにしての魔女のようだ。
だって私、生まれた時から魔女だもの。あなたは瞬きの仕方を誰かに習うの？
恐ろしいお方だ。
The witch's face twisted with brutality. She just couldn't help looking forward to toying with someone's life again.
さてさてまずはルドルフとキリエなわけだけど、どんな残酷な殺し方をしてやろうかしら。
失礼ながら先代様より不必要な残酷なる殺害は控えるようご指示を賜っております。そして第4の晩以降は生贄の捧げ方に作法がございます。それには煉獄の七姉妹の力を借りねばなりません。
あら、そうだったの？好き勝手に遊べるのはさっきの第2の晩までなのね。つまんないわ。またローザの時みたいに思い切り遊べると思ったのに。でもそれは最後の殺し方という意味でしょ？
と申しますと、
私が何度どれほどの殺し方をしようとも最後に非分
That's what I
の
was
殺し
thinking,
方に沿えばいいわけでしょ？つまり私がどう遊ぼうと結局は問題ないってことになるわ。こんなに面白い力誰がおとなしくなんかするもんか。
Her absurd argument was, for an endless witch, an extremely valid one. The etiquette that controlled the manner of killing the sacrifices at the fourth twilight and onward was represented by the lines like gouge the head. However, that referred to the way those people died in the end. In other words, the process leading up to that, she was free to tease and kill them however she wanted. She just had to keep on reviving them and follow the rules only when she killed them that final time. Though Ronave felt that her innocent cruelty was part of her talents as a witch, he was beginning to notice an innately brutal side of her.
魔女は見習いが最も残忍と申しますが、本当のようですね。ご随意にと申し上げたいところですが、ここはやはり自重なさった方が賢明でしょう。彼らは銃を持っています。銃のような反魔法力の高い武器は魔女や悪魔の天敵です。
The witch stared blankly at this demon butler who was surprisingly afraid of guns.
話が違うわ。魔女は弾丸なんか追いかけられてもへっちゃらじゃないのかしら。
いいえ、普通の人間と全く同じように致命傷となります。その弱点を蹴取らせないために、多くの魔女は厳重に防御結界や家具の守備によって身辺を固めるのです。
私にその防御結界というのはあるの？
銃弾をも無効にする結界の構築には十分な準備と儀式が必要です。残念ながら今のベアトリーチェ様にはございません。また銃弾を防げるほどの家具の召喚も現在はその準備がありません。
これほどの魔力を持つ大魔女になりながら、それでもやはり鉛玉に怯えなければならないのね。不愉快だけど仕方がないわ。となれば家具を呼び出して私の手足とすればいいわけね。
はい。
Oh, of course. I hope you sleep well. I'm sorry you're getting a headache. I hope it goes away. Thanks for being here.
危険に身をさらさず家具に全てを任すのもまた魔女の優雅なるたしなみでございます。ここは家具に任せ、ベアトリーチェ様は安全なところへお隠れを。
わかったわ。煉獄の七姉妹？誰でもいいわ。適当に2人。
Leviathan and Belphegor responded to that call.
嫉妬のレビアタン、ここに。
怠惰のベルフェゴール、ここに。
あんたたちの力を見せてもらうわ。 標的ワルドルフとキリエ。秀吉はダメよ。さあ、あなたたちがどれだけ残酷な家具なのか私に見せてみて。
恐れながら先代様より不要なる残酷行為は控えるようご命令を賜っております。
でも先代様のご命令の範囲内でいたぶることはできると思います。それでもよろしいですか？はっ、わかった。それで妥協するわ。簡単に殺してはダメよ。徹底的に追い詰めて死の恐怖を味わわせてから殺すのよ。それでいいのかしら、ロノウェ？
はい。程度をお考えいただければ問題ないかと思います。
ならお行きなさい。はい。
相手は銃で武装しています。あなたたちほどのものならばかわすことはたやすいでしょうが、もしも当たれば致命傷ですよ。くれぐれも用心を。
ご心配なく、そのような無様は晒しません。
The two sisters of Purgatory vanished. Renove bowed and vanished himself.
殺し方にまでルールがね。なんで私が先代様に気兼ねしなくちゃならないの？窮屈でつまらない。
As the witch looked up at the portrait of the predecessor Beatrice hung on the wall, she cursed. The three people had already arrived at the kitchen and were gathering food supplies. Considering the possibility of poison, they gave up on the alluring fruits and vegetables and gathered a whole cardboard box full of only the safe canned foods. It was very heavy, but piling it on the cart, they could carry it well enough. This should be more than enough for 10 people to hold out until tomorrow's breakfast. That should carry them until the boat arrives. The two men were supposed to be focused solely on guard duty, but the weight of the load was tough on Kirie, even with the cart. Hideyoshi, who wanted to show off his power, switched to be the cart pusher, and Rudolph and his wife took up the took up the task of guard duty.
これだけあればジョージたちも満腹やろ。帰るまでが遠足や。行くで。
When Hideyoshi vigorously announced their departure, Kirie frowned and seemed to be gazing into the distance. There was a wall in that direction. No, if her gaze could go through that, there was the main hall beyond it.
どうしたキリエ。
チリチリするの嫌な予感がするわ。
Kirie stopped walking and narrowed her eyes even further.
女の勘か。
Purr! At times like this, Kirie's intuition often rang true, even when she didn't have a logical reason. Rudolph believed in that intuition. Oh, what a good man. He's definitely the best adult in this series.
ええ。多分私たちは待ち伏せされてる。
Well, man, I mean, well, of the siblings, he's the best. That's what I mean, for sure.
さっきまではその気配はなかったの。でもたった今感じたわ。たった今私たちは待ち伏せられた。
なら来た道を戻る義理はねえな。そこに勝手口があるじゃねえか。そっちから出よう。
Rudolph made to unlock the back door. When the goods were carried when the goods were carried into the kitchen. Why isn't my body letting me say that? Sorry, that was weird. It was like it would cut off. It was so strange. They never passed through the part of the mansion that the family came and went from. So outside the back door, there's probably a ramp used to carry things in. Surely, surely they would be able to leave through there with the cart. Surely.
な
Doesn't
んだこり
fit.
ゃ家庭くそどうなってんだ。
開かないの？
ああ壊れてんのかな。びくともしねえぜ。
Rudolph tries various things, first using forks, then coaxing it? Coaxing? But the lock was as hard as stone, it didn't even budge.
無理せんと玄関から出ようや。もたもた時間を潰す方が今は惜しいで。
これが罠だってのか。
わからない。用心して。
With strained expressions, the three of them returned to the hall again and headed for the entrance.
誰だ。
The instant they exited the hall, Rudolph noticed a suspicious shadow right in front of them and yelled. In that instant, a storm of gold leaves started blowing, and gold butterflies covered the area with the gold color.
信じられん。人間ごときが我らの待ち伏せを予見したか。
私のせいじゃないわよ。気配は消してたもん。
躊躇しないで。撃って。
The two guns spouted fire. Oh my god! Oh my god, what? The lead bullets blasted right through the magical defense of the pair as easily as though it was a wet paper wall, but the two figures should have been there had disappeared. Certainly the guns were frightening objects for them, but there was no need to fear as long as they weren't hit. They at least had enough speed to dodge those.
ちょっと名乗りも上げさせないつもり？これだから人間は嫌なのよ。
Leviathan was a full 10 meters from where she'd supposedly been, popping her head out behind the pillars in the shadow of the staircase and protesting.
ベアトリーチェ様のご命令により貴様らを撃つ。
Oops.
時間をかけてホフレトのご命令だ。抵抗は自由。されど無駄と知れ。
That voice came from overhead. Belphegor seemed to be on the top of the hall chandelier. That's funny. Elegantly looking down upon them, she proclaimed their execution with a cruel smile. Teehee.
な。なんなんやこの姉ちゃんたちは。
台車は忘れて。相手は2人よ。3回すれば全員を追うことはできないわ。
All three of them were well acquainted with the inside of the mansion. In case of crisis, they had planned to run off in separate directions, returning to the guest house by breaking the windows or leaving through the back door. Fighting was forbidden as long as they could fully escape.
36系逃げるが勝ちだぜ。
The three of them ran into the depths of the mansion at full tilt. That pair of furniture calmly watched them go.
私は女の方をやるわ。あんたは男。
了解した。
The furniture and the shadows of the pillars on the chandelier made their figures explode, and leaving behind only the sound of a hopping beetle knocking against the wall, they pursued their respective targets. Their speed was overwhelming, and they easily blocked the others' path of retreat.
家具のお手並み拝見させてもらうわ。楽しませてくれるといいのだけど。
ベアトリーチェ様、みだりに姿を現されない方がよろしいかと。
キングはみだりに中央を動かないものよ。それが王者の魔女の貫禄よ。
Belphegor was already blocking the way in front of Rudolph, who had boldly tried to escape to the second floor.
抵抗もそして闘争も無駄だ。お前は何も考えなくていい。ただ目を閉じているだけでいい。
This music goes hard!
私が全て優しく終わらせている。
Oh my god, Rudolph! Rudolph, shut the fuck up. I can't with this man. Shut up! Oh my god, I hate him so much. Like he's one of my favorites, but I hate him so much. You know what I mean? I can't with him.
良き獲物、ベアトリーチェ様、感謝します。死ね
Ooh, Rudolph shot. Oh, this is so cool. This is such a cool shot. Ah, look at him! Oh my god, I can't. Rudolph shot first. He looked kind of hot there. I'm just saying. I don't like older men, but I'm just saying. This man. But even before that bullet could hit her, Belphegor had already moved behind Rudolph's back. Oh, rip. She then raised a purple curve, springing out from her arm. However, incredibly, before that arm could decapitate Rudolph, he had swung his gun behind him. The barrel remained pointed behind his back in the same motion with which he had reloaded the sawed-off gun one-handedly. Holy shit. Holy shit! It was pointed right at Belphegor's chest. Ka-chunk. The sound of the ejected empty cartridge finally hitting the wall after the reload. In other words, it meant that the next shot was already fully loaded. Without turning around, his gun pointed right at Belphegor's chest, Rudolph grinned.
やるな、執念男の分際で。
That's a man right there! He's a man!
ガキどもにエヴァアクションの渋みは語らせねえ。
Just like Rudolph, Kyrie was also confronting a demon snake in the first floor corridor.
間抜けなやつね。夫と一緒に逃げればよかったのに。さっきのは根性の別れになったわよ。
大丈夫よ、うちの人。こういうのとても得意なの。すぐに白馬で迎えに来てくれるわ。私が困った時、彼が助けに来てくれなかったことはないんだから。
That's cute. What the hell?
アスムさんがいた頃であってもね。
Is that his ex-wife? Oh, like Battler's mom? Who is Asumu-san? What does that mean?
本当に仲のいい夫婦ね。私は嫉妬のレビアタン。
Levy, you can get with me, girl.
嫉妬するわ。嫉妬こそ我が力、我が怒り、我が源泉。
同感ね。嫉妬は女の力の原点よ。それが力だというなら、あなたごときお嬢ちゃんになんか負けないんだから。
Interesting. So Kyrie has a lot of envy.
嫉妬を司る私によくも言えたわね。お前たち夫婦再会などさせるものか。悲劇的な別れを与えてやるわ。
The arm Levy swung was trailed by a purple curve. It was a magic blade that cut with the power of malice. Kyrie blocked it with her gun. Even though the magic blade should have cut through the middle like butter, the gun with its extremely high magic resistance power was able to block the blade as easy as if it were a rolled up newspaper. Rapidly 2 times, 3 times. It blocked all of them. Without missing the opening created with the purple curve, took a swing upward. Kyrie kicked Levy in the stomach with her heel. Leviathan was knocked away like a lightly dancing feather. Before the demon stake feet touched the ground again, Kyrie was already pointing her gun directly at Leviathan in midair. From that position, the two women who had called envy a form of power met each other's gaze.
撃てる？その引きがね。
私、夫のいないところでは
Oh my
残酷。
god. Holy. Rudolph tumbled down the staircase. He'd been gradually cornered by Belphegor and had been pushed back into the main hall they'd started from.
先代様の家具もなかなかやるわね。派手さに欠けるけど。
ベアトリーチェ様、まだ終わっていません。姿を現されては危険です。
お前まさか姉貴なのか。
それはかつて私の名だった。でも今は違うわよ、ルドルフ。
言わなくても分かってるさ。黄金の魔女ベアトリーチェだって言うんだろ。
Interesting. I like seeing more of these two, of him and his wife. I'm glad we're seeing more of them. They're very interesting.
ローザが殺された時から想像はついてたさ。ローザ、許しな。お前の地獄にお前の大嫌いな姉を送っちまうことをよ。
You hate it down to the... Ugh. He's my favorite.
ベアトリーチェ様、危ない！
Rudolph moistlessly pointed the barrel of his gun at the witch who claimed to have once been his sister. But Belphegor would not permit that and attacked savagely. Rawr. She dashed, disappeared, and headed for Rudolph's back. She dodged that shot and headed again for Rudolph's back, and vanished over and over, instantly moving into Rudolph's blind spots. It was almost like she was a fairy, and she blinked in and out of vision. Belphegor incessantly drove towards Rudolph.
これはこれで楽しいかもしれない。ルドルフ、あんたの検討がどこまで続くかゆっくり見物させてもらうわ。
At that time, there was a dull tearing sound, along with Rudolph's cry of anguish. Aww. Rudolph's reaction to the dance of the purple curve that pressed upon him had finally been too slow, and he'd let it lightly cut his flank. That single wound slowed him down just once. Aww. That led to a new wound, which slowed his action again. Not my man! Belphegor's dance began to swallow Rudolph whole. Watching Rudolph's body gradually get carved up, his former sister let out a shrill laugh. Leviathan could no longer hide her irritation that Kyrie hadn't suffered a single fatal wound.
私は本当に駆動人間。7姉妹の中でいつも一番成長が遅かった。いつも私が遅くて弱くて間抜けだったわ。その劣等感が嫉妬となり、それを力として変換した時、私は姉妹の誰にも負けない力を得たのよ。
少女時代の程よい劣等感は大事よ。
No, it's not.
女に化粧と努力を教えてくれるわ。
人間ごときにその力の限りを尽くすのは気に入らないけれど、夫に全幅の信頼を寄せるあなたへの嫉妬、私は力に気に入らないのよ。なんで命のやり取りをしてるのよ。あんたはそんなに
どうしてかしらね。
分かってるのよ。必ず夫が助けに来てくれて自分を助けてくれるって信じきってるの。すごいじゃない。 その信頼嫉妬に値するわ。
What kind of trust did we sisters have for each other? The sisters are always looking down on each other, trying to thoroughly lambast each other when things already look bad.
いつも姉妹たちにいじめられてきたわ。誰か一人だけでも味方になってほしいとずっと思ってた。だからその一人だけの味方がいて全幅の信頼を寄せることができるあなた。
That's sad.
私その夫を信じきった余裕ある表情、嫉妬が力を与えてくれるのを感じるわ。これは超えちゃうかもね。音速
Speed of sound is like 340 meters per second. Leviathan turned herself into a stake, and the speed of light, and this, not the speed of light, I was thinking about fucking physics, and that's why I said that. And the speed of her flight, oh, maybe that's what I saw light from. And the speed of her flight as she attacked was proportional to the strength of her envy.
姉妹たちに見下されたあの日、私は成長の早い他の6人を心の底から嫉妬し、7日7番をかけて嫉妬したわ。その末に得た私の力と速度を見るがいい。死ねえ後ろ宮キリエ。
The demon stake exposed her true form, leaping about at a terrible speed. The noise from her bouncing off the wall sounded like a machine gun. By now, Kidie probably couldn't tell it was a single stake or a swarm of beetles flying around and bouncing around. Leviathan was over 100% certain of her victory, believing it from the bottom of her heart. Then, Kidie spoke with an unbelievable calm voice.
ルドルフさんと最初から付き合っていたのは私だったのよ。アスムさんが白々しく間に入り込んできて、
That's Rudolph's mother?
ちゃっかりと解任したのよ。
Oh my gosh, lore. Did she kill Asuma-san? I wonder how Battler would feel about this. Probably wouldn't like Kidie as much.
ルドルフさんは悪くないわ。あの女が体を武器にして立ち回ってルドルフさんに婚約せざるを得ないよう追い詰めたのよ。アスムさんはバトラ君を身ごもってたわ。そして同じ頃私もまた男の子を身ごもってた。
Oh yeah, I think I knew that.
運命的なことに私たちの出産日は共に同じ日だったわ。
I wonder who the other boy is. Is that the murderer behind all this? Is Kidie really spiteful?
そしてアスムさんはバトラ君を出産したわ。だけれど私はダメだ。
Oh, damn! I didn't know that.
思ったことがあるわ。もしダメだったのがアスムさんで出産したのが私だったなら、ルドルフさんは婚約を解消して私と結婚してくれたかしら。でも私は子供を産めなかった。だからアスムさんが死ぬまで、そしてエンジェを解任するまで、私はアスムさんを呪ったわ。嫉妬したわ。アスムさんなんか死んでしまえ。そして私と再婚してほしいってずっと嫉妬して呪って、そしてやっとアスムさんが死んだ。私は確信したわ。私には魔法の力があって、それが呪いとなってアスムさんを殺したんだって確信したわ。
Battler won't forgive you for that.
でも私の嫉妬の炎は収まらない。内緒よ。バトラ君を見るたびにね、あ
Oh
の
my
女を
god,
思い
yeah, I
出しちゃう。
figured. Damn it, I wanted Kidie to be good, but she's not.
そしてバトラ君を見るたびにね、もし私の子が生まれていたら同じ年だっただろうなって思ってしまう。私は今でも彼女を嫉妬し苛まれてる。今も これからも未来永劫にね。7日7番姉妹を嫉妬したですって。
そうよ。
Oh my
笑
god.
わせるなよ小娘が。
Stop! She's scaring me.
てめえに
Oh
男を
my
取
god.
られて
Oh my god, I can't.
18年間嫉妬し続ける女の狂気がわかるかよ。
If Leviathan had the power of 24 hours times 7 days or 160 hours of speed, and the power that Kyrie had piled up was 24 hours in 1 day, 365 days in 1 year, 18 whole years. Even without counting leap years, that was a lot of hours. 157,680 hours. Compared to Leviathan's power and speed, it was more than 938 times greater. So then, even if Leviathan could soar at the speed of sound, 1,225 kilometers per hour. Why are you using kilometers per hour and not meters per second? That's weird. I don't know why they're doing kilometers per hour. Anyways, it only looked like... Oh, that divided... I don't know how to do meters per second. It's too many conversions. Only looked like 1/938 of that. Sorry. All those numbers is making me die. Just kidding, I'm fine, I'm fine. Which means that divided by that is a speed of 1.3 kilometers per hour. Say humans' walking speed is 4 kilometers per hour, so it's even less than half of that. It's almost the same speed as a baby crawling on the floor, which means but even if she kills one, there's still the others. The time it took the demon stake to move at a pace and plus Beatrice can just survive her, so slow that you could count all the bits of dust floating through the air. Kyrie looked at it with pity. She pitied the slowness at which it came towards her. Then she lazily raised the barrel of her gun, almost as though she was trying to swallow the demon up. The demon stake up with the gun barrel.
恋も嫉妬もあなた全然足りないわ。出直してらっしゃい、お嬢ちゃん。
Oh my gosh.
Rudolph? 先ほどまでの威勢はどこへ？池作りは魚が跳ねてるうちがいいわ。死んだら面白みも何もない。もう十分よ。殺しちゃえば。
そこまで刻まれてよくぞここまで耐えた。もう十分だ。あとは何も考えなくてよい。痛みなく生を奪い去っている。
待ってくれ。頼みがある。最後にあれがやってみて。
あれとは何か。
西部劇名物のあれだよ。背中を向け合ってから3歩歩いてズドンってやつ。
決闘か。よかろう。それにて根性の未練が尽きるならば受けてやる。
Rudolph moved. He's gonna cheat and kill her. Rudolph moved his wound-covered body and turned his back to her. Belphegor responded and turned her back to his. Belphegor had an honest nature that was uncommon in a witch's furniture.
言っておく。たとえ私の眉間に銃口を突きつけたとし、私はお前が引き金を引き、私の頭蓋骨に弾丸が至るよりも早く瞬間移動する。
そいつはもう骨身に染みてるぜ。お前は銃弾より早い。
それを知りつつ決闘を挑むお前の度胸に敬意を表し感謝せよ。
お前は律儀なやつだな。いい女だ。惚れそうだぜ。
Oh my god, I can't.
始めるぞ。3歩で良いのだな。まずは1
歩、そして2歩、
3歩だ。これでいいのか。
そして3歩も歩いてまだ気づかず。俺の勝ちだな、お嬢ちゃん。
何
Rudolph turned around and fired a bullet. However, Belphegor could easily see through the speed and trajectory of a bullet like that. It should have been no problem at all to dodge it. But a spray of fresh blood flew about. Belphegor had set up an adequate magical defense barrier. But before an incarnation of anti-magic power such as that bullet, it was completely meaningless.
何やってんのよ。何当たっちゃってんの。
The bullet hit Belphegor right in the chest. The pain from the lead caused her to grimace, as did the pain from the denial of magic.
許せ。俺は卑怯な男だ。
興ざめだわ。魔女の家具ともあろうものが人間に破れるなんて。恥を知りなさいよ。情けない。みっともな。勝手に這いつくばって死んじゃえば。
やめな、兄貴。こいつはかわせたんだ。だがかわさなかった。車線上に姉貴がいることに気づいたのさ。だから律儀なこいつはかわさずに受けて姉貴をかばった。大手飛車取りに最後に気づいたんだ。
Oh, big brain.
見事。
悪く思うな。お前が3歩歩く間にそれに気づけたら俺は観念する。
あの3歩は私手心だったか。考えようともしなかった私は旅だった。
お前はいい女だったぜ。先に天国で化粧して待ってる。きっと口説きに行くか。
Oh my god, he's such a womanizer. As Belphegor slowly fell over, she lost even the power that kept her in human form, and she grew small like gold dust melting into thin air. At that point, Kirie dashed in. It seemed that she had somehow defeated her pursuer by her own hands. As she pointed the barrel of her gun straight at the witch, she ran to the wound-covered Rudolph.
大丈夫？今誰か口説いてなかった？
ああ、いい女だったぜ。もちろんお前の次程度にさ。悪いな、チェックメイトだぜ。
The two of them pinned the witch down the barrel of their guns.
情けない家具たちね。人間相手に遅れを取るなんて情けない。くだらない。つまらない。
ベアトリーチェ様、ここは引くべきです。銃弾を防ぐ結界も家具もここにはありませんよ。
Oh my god, that face. The witch began to let out a muffled laugh. It surprised not only Rudolph and Kirie, but Ronave as well, because in a situation like this with two guns pointed at her, it was not one that even a witch could just laugh off, but the witch just laughed with pleasure.
そりゃ 先代様の使い古しの家具じゃ無理で当然ね。私には私にふさわしい新しい家具じゃないとダメよ。私義理で使ったけど、もともとお風呂は嫌いなの。
Now she said that she looked down at Belphegor's remains, which had already finished turning into sorry, a pile of gold dust with disgust.
何の話をしてるかわからねえぜ。おとなしく両手を上げやがれってんだ。
Then the witch obediently raised her hands. But instead of raising her hands because a gun was being pointed at her, it looked more like she was a conductor facing an orchestra, waving her conductor's baton.
さあさあおいでなさい。私にふさわしき家具たち。あんな安っぽい家具じゃなくて、もっともっと強力な残酷な
妙な真似はやめて。引き金を引くわ。
In response to the witch's call, the hall was once again buried with the color of gold. As the brilliantly radiant gold butterflies danced, it felt as though they were being sucked into the ocean of the gold leaf. Ronave was shocked at the upsurge in magical power. After all, it far surpassed that of his former masters. Her eyes were dazzled amidst the golden flash. A gunshot could be heard. Either Rudolph or Kyrie had fired around. Then the white golden flash subsided. At the very least, the witch was standing there, looking cool and composed. The bullet, Kyrie must have fired it into her, but the witch had not been hit anywhere in her body. There it is. The bullet had been fastened midair right in front of the witch's chest.
砲弾結果。
For an instant, the barrier would require a significant amount of preparation, even for the predecessor had been. Ronave's face was twisted in shock, and the surprise did not end there. The cloud of gold butterflies had created two humanoid forms. It was a furniture summoning. Oh my god, me on the left! Look at the cute bunny! Look! Oh my god, me! Literally me with my new pink hair. The butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath them furniture in the shape of girls showed themselves. Oh my god, why is there a, like, armband? Banani! Bunnies. Oh my gosh. Japan just loves their armbands. Yikers. The butterflies peeled off and flew away, and beneath them, furniture in the shape of girls showed themselves.
シエスタの姉妹兵。
The Chester Sister
先代
Corps.
様でもおいそれと呼び出せなかったペンドラゴンの記念兵をいともたやすく。
シエスタ410、ここに。シエスタ45、ここに。
She's me!
私にふさわしい家具なんでしょうね、あんたたちは。絵本の朗読から同伴デートに隕石撃墜まで幅広くお答えしますよ。にひひ。にひひ。お答えしないと竜王様に。
She's literally me. She's literally me.
何卒ご命令を、大ベアトリーチェ卿。
ルドルフさん、逃げましょう。こいつらはダメだわ。
Kyrie definitely heard warning sirens going off in her head, thanks to the same feeling that had alerted her to the ambush by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory. Without hesitation, they escaped. As the witch elegantly watched them leave, she commanded her new furniture.
命令よ。逃げた二人を殺して、そして死体をここへ持ち帰りなさい。そしたら生き返らせて何度も遊ぶのよ。
Oh my god, that is a laugh, alright. The witch's expression twisted into an evil smile. Even though she feared that expression, Lucifer appeared and spoke.
恐れながら先代様よりそのような残酷行為は慎むようにと。
When the witch stared at her with those terrifying eyes, Lucifer was struck dumb. She was frustrated. It was so boring, not being able to let her own power and cruelty run wild. This annoying furniture of the predecessor kept telling her to show restraint, bringing her irritation to a peak.
傲慢のルシファーちゃんじゃない。お久しぶりに元気？また今度一緒に遊びましょうね。にひひひひひ。410シェゴはダメです。怒られます。
She's literally Chester 45.
大ベアトリーチェ教のご命令を迅速に遂行を。にひ。お仕事の時間だに。
Yeah.
410了解。
What the heck?
追撃狙撃戦準備。地形データ収集。射撃用データ収集。410へデータリンク。410データ受領。標的を捕捉。
Booted firing something guidance system. Whoa, it's hard to read backwards like this. Initiating data collection.
地形
Blah
誤
blah
差修
blah
正。
blah.
射撃曲線形成。制御点補正完了。45へデータリンク。45データ受領。危険区域確認。はっ、そこはダメです。後ろ邪魔だよルシファーちゃん。バックファイアで焼けるよ。にひ。
Thanks to their paired measurements, the Chester sisters were able to instantly calculate the terrain throughout the mansion and the coordinates of their targets, as well as firing a firing curve to reach them. That's right, their shots could be guided to following a curved line. No one could escape. The precise guidance used by the Seven Sisters of Purgatory was nothing more than a cheap knockoff of the ability these two held.
45射撃準
Oh
備
my
完了。
god, so cute!
弾手選定装填。
As the two of them faced each other, it was as though they were both pulling back a bowstring together. A dazzling gold arrow was readied there.
410にひ。射撃。
After giving that announcement, they released a single arrow together. As the path taken by the gold sparkling snake of light drew a curve, it followed the direction that Rudolph and Kyrie had escaped into rapid pursuit. It turned throughout the corridors, crawled over the floor, chasing them as it drew a beautiful curve. No one could block the guided shots of the Chester sisters. No one could escape from them, and their strength could pierce all physical and magical defenses. It was quite the merciless guided weapon of certain death. However, among mythical class soldiers, it was a weapon used by pretty much everyone. It was very much commonplace for them and very extraordinary for those of the everyday world.
なんだ。
When he noticed something rapidly chasing them and turned around, the exact position of Rudolph's heart was pierced by the gold snake. It all happened in an instant. After the gold snake pierced Rudolph, it swooped down to the floor, drawing a beautiful spiral, coiled itself around Kitty's legs, and crawled up to her chest. And just like Rudolph, it pierced the exact location of her heart, and all of that happened in an instant. It pierced Rudolph, then Kyrie, so they died, dropped to their knees, and fell over almost at the exact same time.
なにこれ。圧倒的じゃない。バカバカしいくらいにあっさり。私ではこういう家具が向いてるわ。先代様の中古家具とは大違い。さあ、二人の死体をここへ。 飽きるまで何度でも蘇らせて、思いつく限りの残虐な殺し方を試してやるの。はあ、魔女がこんなにも楽しいなんて、命を奪うことがこんなにも楽しいなんて。
From the time humans are born, the most shunned action they can take is murder of another human. Well, I don't know. There's other things, arguably, that are worse. It's only natural that humans can't understand how pleasurable it can be to break this taboo. But she was no longer a human. She was a witch. And there were some pleasures that only witches could understand. By now she had tasted those pleasures and was totally immersed in them. After learning that the contents of the forbidden pot were honey, she could no longer live without them. Now maybe the contents were honey because they were forbidden. Anyway, by killing humans gruesomely and doing it over and over, she could feel the drug-like pleasure even now. As the witch rolled over laughing, the gold snake that had just been shot returned as though being reeled in. At the tips, 2 people were pinned and dragged along. The witch's orders had been fulfilled. Rudolph and Kirie had been killed instantly and their corpses had been carried back.
シエスタ45、410、命令遂行を完了しました。大ベアトリーチェ教の次の命令を待ちます。どうかご命令を。赤ん坊のおもりからネトゲのお相手、スペースシャトル撃墜まで何でもお答えしますよ。にひひ。こいつらは第4の番と第5の番の生贄らしいの。だから最後には役立たずの7姉妹。ああ、もう5姉妹か。こいつらを額と胸に刺してえぐらなくちゃならない。でもそれを最後にすればいいんであって、それまでを私がどう遊ぼうと勝手よね。
待て待て待て待てい。そなたはわらわの言っていたことをもう忘れたのか。
おや、これは先代様。何か文句でもおありですか？
あるに決まっておろうが。なぜにわらわの言いつけが聞けぬのか。
やりたい放題で何の問題があるのですか、先代様。それに私は儀式のルールを逸脱しようなんて気持ちはこれっぽっちもありません。ちゃんとこの2人の死体を後できれいにして額と胸に杭を打ち込んでおきますから。
そういう問題ではないというに。あまりに品がなかったり残酷だったりするとだな。気を悪くする者もおるかもしれぬし。
Battler.
先代様がどこかで戦っているとかいうゲームの相手ですか？どの目に聞きました？
おしゃべりめ。まあ正直に言うとそういうわけだ。ちょっと目に余ると講義を受けてな。
先代様にわざわざ伝言などさせず直接講義にいらっしゃればいいのに。臆病な方です。
こことは異なる世界の住人だからの。わらわを返さねばならぬのだ。まあとにかくだな。
ということは、その方は私に何か干渉したくてもできない。そして私も干渉したくてもできない。それくらいに遠い世界の無縁な方との認識でよろしいですか？
例えるなら、とても近い2本の平行線の世界とでも言おうか。とても身近な世界なのだが、平行線ゆえに2本の線が交わることは決してない。そんな世界と、とりあえずは認識してくれればよい。
交わらないということは、私とは関係ない世界のことということです。もしその方の代弁で私に自重しろとおっしゃられてるのでしたら、その方、
あやつにか？なんと伝える？
余計なお世話だよ、消えろよ、ババア。へそでも噛んで死んじゃえば。
失礼しました。 先代のお友達でしょうから、多分女性だろうと想像しただけです。ババアと言っても、決して先代様のことではありませんから、どうかご容赦ください。
When she spoke, the witch was looking straight into Beata's eyes. Anyone present would be able to tell what she meant by it.
先代様、とても不思議に思うことがあります。どうして先代様は、その別世界の方とゲームをして、魔女だと認めてもらわなければならないのですか？
それはだな、全ての人間に魔女の存在を認めさせることが完全なる支配につながるからである。一人頑固者がおってな、どうあってもわらわを魔女とは認めんのだ。
どうしてその人間の認可が必要なのですか？魔女が魔女であり、魔法を振るうことに、どうして人間に認められる必要があるのですか？
だからな、前にも話した通り、魔法というのは、
私は魔女です。別に誰の認可がなくとも魔法が使えますが、何か？
この世界ではな。しかしだな、それをあやつが認めない以上は、なんと
説明いりません。だって決して交わることのない別世界の話じゃありませんか。それはつまりない世界も同じということです。別世界でゲームで戦っていると、先代様が妄想を語っていることと何にも変わりません。重ねて言います。私と関係ない話です。そして私はもう魔女です。先代様はどうやらその何者かに認めてもらえないと魔女になれないようですが、私は違います。誰に認められずとももう立派な魔女です。先代ということであなたに形式的な敬意は捧げますが、それは私の行為であって義務ではありません。もう私はあなたの助言など求めていないし、これからどうすればいいか、どう遊べばいいか、はっきり分かってます。だから13人殺しの儀式まではあなたへの最後の敬意だと割り切って行います。しかしそのやり方やその後のことについてはあなたに口出しされる言われは全くありません。そういうことで一つよろしくお願いします。
At a glance, those worms seemed obedient, but they contained within them a clear parting of ways. She was no longer under Beato's care in any way. That's why she was clearly saying nothing more than "don't get in the way of my fun." Beato understood that and was dejected, realizing that no matter how she explained it, she wouldn't be able to make the witch understand.
そうか。ならばわらわはもう魔法は敬いの気持ちなくして存在できぬことを身をもって知るがいい。
あなたがこれまでに縦横無尽に暴れてきたそれが。
After hearing that, Beato could not respond because she remembered hearing exactly the same thing from her teacher.
シエスタの姉妹、先代がお帰りよ。お見送りを。先代様、どうぞこの場はお引き取りを。でないと私たちが叱られます。
Without her body, Beato felt something unseeable from the Chiester sisters, which can only be described as an impressive sensation. Most likely they were initiating firing calculations. It was an action much like taking out a gun and cocking it. Even Beato could not escape from the Chiester sisters' attacks without any preparation. In the past, she had placed her greatest trust in them, so she knew how terrifying they were down to her very soul.
先代様、お引き取りを。これ以上ベアトリーチェ様のご機嫌を損ねられるのは。
先代様、わかった。わらわはこれにて退場する。そなたがどのような顛末をたどるか、ゆっくり鑑賞させてもらおうぞ。
It was almost infinitely close to a parting shot. So after Beato vanished, the witch and her furniture doubled over laughing.
まあわかる。
I'm gonna just BRB really quick for like a minute or two. So, BRB. Sorry. Okay, I'm back. Thank you for being patient with me. Let me get rid of that. Okay.
無限の力は楽しい。有限の極みである命を自在にもてあそぶ快楽は味わその快楽に取りつかれる気持ちわかろうというものに。
さぞや楽しかったでしょうね。かつてのあなたのはしゃぎぶりを見る限り。
あれがかつて何度も諭そうとしたお師匠様と、それに耳を貸さぬわらわの姿だというのか。
なぜあの子の行為を咎める気になったのですか？あなたにはあの子と大きな違いが一つあります。あの子はすでに魔女かもしれない。ゲーム版の上の世界では。しかしゲーム版の外の世界で魔女だと認められるには、ゲームの対戦者であるバトラ君に認めてもらわなくてはならない。あなたはそれを理解してゲームを始めたはずです。
魔女である証拠を暴風のように見せつけ、わらわを拒否する気持ちを吹き飛ばし、屈服させればわらわを魔女と認めると思った。前回うまくいきかけたので、もう一息だと思ったのだ。
実際は逆です。バトラ君はあなたの残忍さに呆れ、そしてゲームの対戦者として登壇したのは、あなたを対等な対戦相手だと残忍な魔女の存在を一切認めないという強い敵意に基づいてです。愚かなあなたはバトラ君が対戦者の自覚を持ってくれたことを、自分を魔女だと認めさせる第一歩のように感じていたのでしょう。でも実際は全くの逆。バトラ君はあなたを魔女だと絶対に認めないためにあなたのゲームに挑んだのです。浅はかな北風がいくら吹きつけようと、旅人はマントをより深く着込むだけ。
あなたは大きな間違いを最初から犯しているのです。このゲームはバトラ君を屈服させる拷問などではない。あなたがバトラ君に認めてもらうために努力する試練なのです。
うすうすはよ、気づいてたさ。
前回はバトラ君にとって辛いゲームでした。しかしもう気づいたようですね。今回はあなたにとって辛いゲームです。
Hope everyone's doing well, by the way. Having a good day.
わらわはこれからどうすればいいのだ。
Beatrice is so cute. She's
あ
dumb.
なたが自分で考えるのです。
But she also needs the firm teaching from her teacher. Like, she needs that honesty to correct herself and change. She needs both.
幸いにもあなたはもうゲーム版の
Or
コ
from
マ
the
を
same
降り
person.
て
I don't know.
新しき魔女に委ねました。じっくりと自らについて思案する時間があるでしょう。
バトラはもうピッキーの塊じゃねえかよ。魔女は認めない。そしてわらわも認めない。それでどうやってバトラに認めてもらうんだよ。北風でダメなら今からのこのこ太陽で照らせっていうのか。このわらわが。
Aw, poor Beato. Poor Bubby.
今は10月、ハロウィンの季節ですね。蘇ったばかりの弱々しい太陽は冬の木枯らしに遠く及ばないでしょう。しかしじっくりと成長し、やがては春の訪れを告げることができる。その時旅人はマントを畳むこともあるかもしれない。
わらわ間違ってると。
Well, the beautiful hall of the Ushiromiya mansion was covered with a golden sparkle like gold leaf, and stained deep red with thick spurts of blood. The number of deaths given to Rudolph and Kirie had long surpassed anything you could count on both your fingers and your toes. The witch was breathing so hard her shoulders shook, but it wasn't because she was tired. She just couldn't hide her ragged breaths called by her still uncontainable excitement. That is creepy. What a psycho.
人の生き死にを自由にすることの
Like,
楽しいことか。
maybe I'd understand a little bit if she had some sort of resentment towards maybe she does have resentment towards Kirie and Rudolph, and that's why. But what did Rudolph and Kirie do to her? Like, wouldn't she do this towards Kraus, if anyone? And even then, Kraus didn't like. I mean, Kraus was an asshole, but I don't think he deserves this. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, none of these people were hurt enough to justify how psycho she's being.
無限の魔女の力の前には
Not that anything could justify this, but justify it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, give a, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit. Like for example, like Shion, Huaykin, who's me. Not that I would ever kill anyone, but you know, at least with Shion, she had so much happen to her. Like, not to spoil it. Well, I guess I did spoil stuff, but whatever. Like, she had so much happen to her that led to her paranoia, and then she had the, you know, disease that made her all paranoid, that led to her, like, going crazy. But even she wouldn't revive stuff over. But, well, maybe with her grandma. But I would kind of understand that after her grandma's treated her, but, like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I just haven't seen the brutality of how Ava was treated in order to understand, or maybe I'm just trying to give her too much credit, and that this Ava Beatrice is really just crazy.
私は指を一つ鳴らすだけで元通りにして蘇らせることができる。そして最後に 申し訳程度に碑文に沿った死体に戻せばいいんだからね。
What a laugh, what a laugh.
ねえあんたたち、ぬいぐるみのお腹を裂いたことってある？
No, I love my stuffed animals. What is wrong with you? Stop. This is just... Okay, this is too much for me. This is making me uncomfortable now. Because now I'm thinking...
ないです。45は？いえ、やったことありません。申し訳ありません。
She's literally me. 45 is me.
当然よ。普通ないわ。ましてやお気に入りのぬいぐるみだったらなおさらよね。でもずっと思ってた。こんなにも大好きでいつか覗いてみたいってずっと思ってたわ。
Yeah, she's literally a psycho. Hold on, I'm lighting a candle really quick. Okay. If you cut it and looked inside, your curiosity might be quelled, but the stuffed animal would be broken. Like my heart if you hurt my stuffed animal. So even though you wanted to see, you can't. You understand that feeling, right?
無限の魔女の力はまさにそれを叶えてくれる力なの。今の私は好きなだけぬいぐるみを裂くことができる。
Doesn't mean you should, just
魔
because you
法
can.
一つでそれを元通りに蘇らせることができるわ。それはつまりこの世のあらゆる制約を打ち破ったということ。今の私には躊躇することも思いとどまることも何もないの。その喜び、誰にもわからないでしょうね。無限の魔女の私以外誰にもわからない。
As the witch let out a mad cry, she revived Rudolph and Kyrie again, and faster than they could realize it, she killed them right away. And she made it known that something or other than cotton was stuffed inside it. Those two. Ugh.
予算かエヴァ。
あんたいたの。
In that gruesome hall, Hideyoshi appeared with his gun ready. How'd they get 3 guns? Did Kraus give him the gun? The witch had sealed the mansion with a barrier, so Hideyoshi had or maybe one of them's Rose's gun actually. So Hideyoshi had nowhere to run. He'd probably picked up Rudolph's or Kyrie's gun and come. Oh, there we go. Yeah, because I was like, how do you get the gun? The gun, which should have been something to be feared, was apparently no longer an object she took seriously. Now that she was overflowing with magical power. Her bold expression didn't flinch in the slightest.
なんでローザさんやマリアちゃんやルドルフ君やキリエさんまで殺さにゃならんのや。
はあ？私は後ろ宮家の当主にして六軒島の魔女よ。この島では何を起こそうと全ては自由自在。今だけの一瞬を切り取ってその生き死にを問うなど私には無意味なこと。
お父さんの黄金を見つけてどんだけ高く積まれた黄金やったやろな。わしには想像もつかん。お前の正気を失わせるほどのものだったんやろ。だがな、なして気前よく分けっこしたのって思わんかったんや。
誤解してるわ。あれは全て黄金の魔女のものよ。私以外の誰にも触れる資格はない。
お前は何や。昔聞かせてくれた少女時代の魔女だったエヴァだとでも言うんか。
そうよ。あなたの妻の後宮エヴァの胸の中にずっと住んでいた少女時代の私、そして魔女なの。エヴァは私を忘れることによって大人になったわ。だから魔法が使えない。
誰だって子供の頃には無邪気だけれど残酷な妄想に頭を膨らませることはある。わしかて小さい頃はアリを踏んで回ったりトンボの羽をむしったりして遊んだことがあるわ。
I never did that. I always thought that was so cruel and it would make me like cry when There's this one kid in my elementary school who like was bragging about like stepping on roly-polies, and I was like so sad. I was like, why would you just be like, what? You're just killing something because you can. Like, what? Like, I don't know why people value the lives of bugs so much less than other things just because they're small. Like, if it was bigger, would you value it more? Or is it because it's scary? If it was like, if bugs were all really cute, would people care more about them? Like if they were tiny little bunnies instead of a spider? I don't know. I mean, like, I'm terrified of spiders. Like, I literally get panic attacks when I look at them. But I still try not to kill them. I still try to take them out. Like, I get if you're really, really scared and you kill a bug. Like, I get it. You can't overcome your fear. But, I don't know. Sorry, I just be thinking. Sorry, I went on a huge tangent, but...
そんな残酷な幼年時代から卒業するんや。今のお前はまさに幼年時代そのものやで。
And obviously I'm not talking about like getting rid of them for sanitary reasons, because I understand that.
エヴァが卒業したはずの人格なんや。
I understand you have to,
それはエヴァやない。
you know, take care of your health.
別の人間や。
そうよ。私、後ろ宮エヴァじゃない。黄金の魔女、ベアトリーチェだもの。楽しいわよ。何の制約もしがらみもなく、生き死にを自由にできるこの閲楽は本当に素敵。割った金魚鉢を謝らなくていい。そして好きなだけぬいぐるみを裂いていい。私は。
There was a crisp sound. It was the sound of Hideyoshi slapping the witch's face. Looking at the hall stained deep red with fresh blood, he should have been able to imagine how terrible the witch was. But without fear, without even hesitating, Hideyoshi had walked determinedly up to her and hit her on the cheek.
アホ！残酷ぶるなや。ほんまは臆病者の弱虫のくせに。わしがまた更生させたるわ、このシャワルが。このアホ！アホ！
痛い。ちょっと！
命の大切さとか儚さとかそういうのが分かる女やったらな。わしが思い出させたる。何が魔女や。アホ抜かせ。お前はわしの女房の後ろ宮エヴァや。冷蔵庫の残り物でちょいちょいと気の利いたつまみを作れる台所の魔女が先の山や。
I don't think anything's gonna come of this because that's how these games tend to go, but it's still a touching moment. But maybe later it'll happen.
目を覚まさんかい、このアホンだらや。
だから後ろ宮エヴァじゃないって言ってるでしょうか。
アホ抜かせ。この
As tears dripped down his face, Hideyoshi kept hitting the witch's head. He wasn't even pointing the gun anymore. Therefore, that sound of gunfire couldn't have come from the gun Hideyoshi was holding. The gun, which had fallen in the corner near Rudolph's corpse, was floating in the air, and smoke lingered near the barrel. The bullet, the red stain slowly spreading across the chest section of Hideyoshi's vest. Even though his back was facing the barrel of the gun, the bullet had driven through Hideyoshi's chest.
だから
私はエヴァじゃないと言ってるのに。バカでうざい男ね。あんたしつこいから、第6の番の生贄に変更してあげるわ。どこかのベッドの下に隠れて震えてでもいたなら見逃してやるつもりだったのに。わざわざ戻ってきて。本当にバカな男だわ。
Thunk. There was a dull sound as Hideyoshi fell to the floor. Even though death would have allowed him to escape from that pain, he resisted until the last second, and staring straight into the witch's eyes, he passed away. Because he had died without closing his eyes, the witch didn't realize that he was dead for a short while, and remained pinned by that gaze.
こいつも新しいおもちゃにして遊びますにひ
Sorry. At those words, the witch finally realized I'm sorry about that Hideyoshi was dead.
あ、そうね。どうしようかしら。
The Chiester sisters waited for instructions. On the inside, they imagined sorts of even more brutal orders their master might give. But the expression that rose to the witch's face looked as though she'd gotten over her excitement. She looked down at Hideyoshi's face, which still had tears dripping down it.
この男のせいですっかり興ざめだわ。もうやめた。ロノウェア、いる？
はい、ここに。
後片付けをお願い。先代様もうるさいしね。あのババアが納得する程度に綺麗にしておいてちょうだい。一応、先代様への義理で儀式のルールには従うわ。この3人の死体を第4の番から第6の番ってことでお願いね。ルシファー、出番よ。
傲慢のルシファー、ここに。
その3人の死体、ほじくってえぐっといて。
死体をですか？
そうよ。何か不満？
いえ。
Seven Sisters of Purgatory had their own sort of pride. It was the pride of a hunter, the pride of gouging prey that they had brought down themselves. However, being told to gouge a corpse that someone else had brought down ran contrary to that sentiment. Of course, the witch didn't mean it that way, but for the Seven Sisters it was horribly humiliating. However, they had already screwed this up, with the two of the sisters defeated, so they had no right to question her. Only Ronove appreciated this, and he rested his hand on her shoulder in understanding.
ベアトリーチェ様のご命令。ルシファーは3人を選び、儀式の作法に従い処理をするように。あと、できましたら私のお片付けにも手を貸してください。
かしこまりました。
The witch looked down upon Hideyoshi's corpse as though implying that the now delicate atmosphere was all
バ
Hideyoshi's
カ
fault.
な男ね。死なずに済んだのに。あなた！
Aww.
あなた、どこ？いるわよね。返事をして！
A crash of thunderbolt woke Ava from her nightmare. Hideyoshi had been gripping her hand at that time. Her fearful, earful heart would probably have been instantly healed. However, Hideyoshi, who had supposedly sworn that he wouldn't leave even for a moment, was nowhere to be seen in the room.
返事をして！あなた！
Aww. I think I'm gonna save here and go into a Mario Party game and see how bad my luck is today. Okay, oh, let me use. I save here.